Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of I don't know what to do with my hands. Well, I have something of an idea as to what I'm going to be doing with my hands today. First, we're going to fix this. Okay, you guys have been begging for it, so we're actually going to get to this. We've got 2 days to get this knocked out before the bad tide kicks off, and hopefully we can get this done. Now, I know that this is probably not the best solution, is building these sluice gates, but I feel like that'll be fine for now. And when the bad tide ends, we'll probably rip these out and put in something else. As the temporary solution, this will do, and hopefully we have enough time with the 2 days of the temperate cycle remaining to actually tackle the rest of these. However, the likelihood of that probably slim to none, but I'm going to give it a try. Darn it, we're going to give it the old college try. So that's problem one for us to tackle, and if that doesn't get done, it's fine. We'll get it done the next temperate cycle. But I was looking at a way to take advantage of our clean water, and I noticed that this comes over here and it stops at this little set of blockages here, right? And then that just fills right into here potentially, and then all of this goes out this way. So that's not exactly a good thing, but we can come in here and we can block some of this off so we don't allow any of the bad water into a nice huge reservoir that we could have of beautiful and clean water. So I'm thinking that's what we're going to work towards today. Get in here, clear out these brambles if we can. Probably come over here onto this side and just stop the flow of bad water back flowing into this area, and just let that continue on its merry way. And put in a diversion system here. So clean water will go this way, and then poo water will go this way, and then we won't have to deal with that in the future. Hopefully, maybe. So this will be a good storage area for water, at least a temporary storage area that will allow us to pump from that for the longer cycles. And then when we get further on into the game, we can actually establish larger cisterns and deeper cisterns so that we don't deal with the evaporation mechanic that will inevitably become a problem for us later on down the line. And of course, that all ties into some of the areas where I'd like to pull some water from. So we've got some water here that we can pull in from. There's some blockages here that we can tear out and help with the bad tide. And I have ideas to how to actually run this. So it's just like a bad water river that runs underneath, and then the rest of this is just filled with clean water on top. But that's something for us to work on later. For now, we need to get this done. This is priority numero uno. As you can tell, I've already maxed out the priority on that. I've cranked up the work hours. We're going to pull those up to 24 hours, and I'm going to try to remind myself to not let them keep working for 24 hours during the bad tide that's about to kick off here in the next 1.7 days. So while they're working on that, we're going to come over here and we're going to take a look at some of this. So we have to get up here somehow, which we have the ability to come back in over here. I do want to come down here as well. So let's go ahead and start thinking about that. We're going to get some stairs coming down here and there, and that path then gets built out like such as. And I want to come over here, and we want on this side, we want 2 of those bad Johnnies. We want some levees right there. And then we'll probably just go across here. Did they get this done? No. Can you guys focus on this? That would be great. Okay, so we've got 20... Or no, yeah, it's 16 pieces of logs left to go. We have the lumber. It's just we're kind of hurting as far as like the speed with which they are chopping the lumber down. Maybe if I give these guys a little bit more to play with, they'll get it a little bit faster. Hopefully, we'll see. We've got all this over here. This is going to be our source of resin in the future. But for now, this will do. We've got 0.7 days or 0.7 hours remaining. We're just waiting on lumber to get chopped down right now. And then In theory, we shouldn't get these guys sick, even if we do push into the bad tide, because all this is going to do is bubble up at the rate at which we pump the water out, and or the water evaporates. Now we're just waiting on them to come in and slap it. Can you guys come in and slap it? Okay, we're not going to come in and slap it, so we're just going to pull all of that down and tell them to stop pumping out. So theoretically, bad water should not pump into there, and we should be able to get in there and just slap it once and then not have to deal with that ever again. There we go. So that is that problem solved. So we have a nice clean area of good drinking water with no issue for the foreseeable future in here. Now this, of course, is going to be an issue for us. Now this went off and now is full of poo water. I was looking at this actually during the temperate cycle with this powered off. It was releasing clean water. I'm curious to see if there was actually a bug that was causing my aquifer drills to not actually work appropriately, and that was causing them to not push during the droughts. So we will have to check that out here soon. Well, we're gonna have to wait on RNG to do RNG things to tell us whether or not that is a true statement or not. And we've got a bunch of beavers running around with nothing to do with their hands. Now, I probably want to put these guys back up to a regular priority. And I'll leave that at that lower priority. I'm not too concerned with getting over there to tackle that quickly. We do have a concern with lumber. That seems to be our holdup, honestly, which is kind of baffling to me. But we do have a couple spots over here that we can get into now, and we can get these guys chopping this lumber down, which I haven't marked for cutting. That's it's a foul on me, but we've got that already popping off, so that will be nice. We've got a bunch of lumber already ready for us to pull from, so that will be a massive boost to our lumber supplies, and we're going to want to put somebody in there to take care of that. And that solves the majority of our beaver work shortage, maybe, hopefully. And let's go ahead and unmark that, because we don't want that marked. And bada bing, bada boom, beautiful. Now we probably should get somebody else over here to help chop down this lumber, because this is being held up right now by our single point of failure here. And they're not actually tearing that lumber down nearly as fast as they should be, but that's okay. We did finish up over here, so that is good to see. We no longer have any more... I don't want to say it's good to see. This kind of stinks. We don't have any more scrap metal over there, but we do have this scrap over here readily available to us, so that is good. Now, we have our stairs down here. Let's go ahead and pull this up and check out the other side that we were going to work on. And that is going to look a little something like that. And then we're going to put in... Just go ahead and put in a levee on either side. That should not be an issue. And I kind of should do this a little bit more over here. Not floodgate. I want sluice gates. And honestly, we'll probably want to... Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. We'll just let that be. We'll let it be. Let it be. And put that in right there. That'll let them gain access to both sides. We'll pull this over here. And then they should be able to build that up. Let's go ahead and turn that off. We're going to close below contamination of 1%. And then this side, we're going to close above contamination of 1%. So those will swap sides, and clean water will go this way, and then poo water will go the other way. theoretically, that's how that should work. Now we want to get over here and remove this blockage as well. So that means getting our lovely path over here. Over here, and over here, and over here. And we'll have to tear these out one at a time. Now this worked as advertised for the most part. Now we're going to have to manually open and close this. And this is all just going to dry out anyway. We could dump water into here, but I don't have the water stores or capacity to keep filling this up. So I'm going to be heavily reliant on our fluid dumps to ensure that our industry keeps moving in this regard. We do have a few beavers floating around, so we can get somebody in here to take care of some of this corn, as well as eggplant for us. And we do have a little bit in the way of science floating around to actually come in and unlock the food factory. So we can process that corn into corn rations, as well as process those eggplants into eggplant rations. Now, the problem is transferring the power somehow, which I'm not entirely sure how we want to tackle that. We could get up here and take advantage of this system up here, and that's honestly not a bad idea. How we're doing power-wise. So we're 2,000 out of 1,045 required, and we've got a little bit of room up here. We could get somebody up here to actually tackle this. We do have the science. Go ahead and blast this out. Yes, we'll unlock the science for that. Don't know how we're going to run the power through. Probably something like that. Why not? Just run the power down and over. That'll be fine, right? Right? I think that'll be okay. Sweet. They haven't finished this side, but that's okay. That's anticipated. Lumber is moving its way in, though, now, so that is fantastic to see. I do need to get somebody in here, though, because that's going to be a problem. This stuff expires really quickly when that dries out, so that's not good. Okay, that should be rectified relatively easily, though. We'll get those guys in there. We do have one position empty. That's in the hauling post, which is totally acceptable and something I'm willing to accept. As I have... We are storing explosives now, or have the capacity to do so, but we don't have anybody in the explosives factory to actually make them. We'll get that rectified. Now this is in, so we do have a positive flow of bad tide or bad water, so that will be useful in the grand scheme of things. Now I should give them a place to store all of that bad water up here. So we will do that, and this will be a supply depot. Push over here to our obtain depot, where these guys will continue to work. And this already has, just get that selected for both those for that. That will be glorious. All right, 12 days remaining in this bad tide. We're still kind of slowly building the rest of this up, and of course our builders are pushing to other positions or other builds that are going up to keep up with or keep working as things progress. Now I would like to get some of this other stuff tackled a little bit faster than we currently are, so maybe we'll go ahead and give this a little plus up right there. You know, they don't have to do much, they just have to come over and wreck that blockage just a tad a little bit, you know. And also we need to come up here, so we do need to come up here and push this elsewhere. Now the easiest I can think of to do this is probably putting in some sluice gates, or not sluice gates, floodgates to save us a little bit on the lumber side. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see here. How do we want to get over there, though? Probably the easiest is to just... do want to tear through here, because that's a good way to get water from this aquifer into this system down here, but that requires us getting into the next tier of explosive work, which is the tunnel, which we have the capacity to do so. We just don't have the industry available to actually work that hard or to tear through the amount of material required to do something like that. They did get that blocked off though, and this has stopped the flood of poo water this way, so that is good. We have our bad water diversion system in, so that is fantastic. We've got 10 days to go before this picks up, and I want them to come over here and start working on that for me. How do we want to get up here? Can't really block this off. I do need to get down here. All right. I think the simplest way to go about tackling this is just to go around here. And that means running this way, all the way across there. We take our platforms, we run across there like so. Down this way, get some stairs, rocking and rolling. I still want to play with the spiral staircase. I haven't gotten the opportunity to do so yet. To make things easier so I don't have to play with rescuing beavers one at a time, we'll go ahead and put some stairs in there. Then what we need to do on this is build a series of... Do I want to do floodgates? Is that really worth it? Or we just burn the levees? I feel like burning the levees is going to be a tad bit excessive, but a little bit easier to deal with in the grand scheme of things. So we'll do that. So that is to that height. And we just need to do that like that. And then it's just a matter of getting some stairs down here. Stairs down here. Getting a path in. And we could probably just get a set of stairs in right there. Then path across here. Bada bing, bada boom. Connect all that up. And then... platforms. Is it worth it? Are the platforms worth it? Probably not. No, I don't think it is. Maybe. Yeah. You know what? We'll send it. That way they can work on it on multiple tiers at the same time. So that will be good. That's already ripped out. We can go ahead and tell them to demolish that one as well. We could probably just go ahead and give that a priority bump. That shouldn't be a problem for them. And then, additionally, we do need to get down here somehow. And I don't know... An impenetrable obstacle that also blocks irrigation and contamination. It's difficult to demolish and can injure those who attempt it. We're going to have to stop the flow of bad tide into there before we can actually start ripping that out. Can we plant brambles? I highly doubt we can plant brambles. Yeah, that'd be ridiculous. Who would want to plant brambles? Alright. Explosives have been laid. So we can blast that out. We can go ahead and put in... Oh, I don't... yeah, we need that like that, that there, that runs across there. And then we can put this platform like that and that. Probably don't need to do all of that, but it's fine. Then we come in here to our food. We go food factory. And then we slap that on right there. Yes, we'll burn the 300 science. Hopefully... the building actually accepts power underneath. Some buildings don't accept power underneath, and I don't understand that sometimes, but you know what, it's fine. is fine one way or another. We do have to connect this like such as. I don't think the like the steam engines, I don't think they push power underneath them. If it doesn't work, we'll just tear it down and move it over one. It's fine. We'll get it figured out. 7 days is approximately how long this will last with just with evaporation running. So that is good for us to keep in the back of our nugget moving forward. So that is awesome to know. How are we doing over here? The pathway is, or the, oh, they've already got this down here too. Okay, sweet. Awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. We're already working our way down here. Now we can put in a industrial pile for some lumber, hit this obtain goods button here, get some of our beavers to haul some of our lumber over here. Because this is going to require a lot of their, a lot of efforts and a lot of lumber, actually. So the faster we get this built, the better. That means that we can get our haulers moving all of our goods over there. This is dried now, but our poo water is contained, so that's good to see, you know. It's good to see. Now, in theory, the easiest way to deal with this, if we don't want poo water to be in here at all for the foreseeable future, we just put in a fluid dump on top of this, right? And that keeps the poo water down and we never have to touch this ever again. And then we would just open the floodgates, if you will, when the bad tide ended, which is not a bad way to go about doing things. It's not exactly the way that I want to go about doing things, because I feel like there are better ways to go about doing those things. But that's fine. You know, it's fine. Also, why haven't they finished building this? Are we running out of planks? No, we're not running out of planks. No, planks are fine. We do need to expand industry a tad bit, though. We are kind of slow in the production of all of the material goods that we are going to need here in the future. And this is all basically paused right now because I've slowed down the build of it. And that is where we're trying to store extract. That's waiting on gears. What are we burning gears on right now? What are we burning gears on? There shouldn't be anything we're burning gears on. Am I losing my mind here? Are we not producing gears? We are producing gears. Oh, are they building this? I threw one in there. Yeah, no, that's not it. Not the answer. Interesting. I know not what is causing our gears to disappear. I'm pretty sure we had 30 something there for a second, but that's fine. Lumber is over here and moving. We'll go ahead and give it a priority for the haulers so that they can actually bring more of our logs over here. That will be fantastic for our beavers. And we'll probably go ahead and throw in another small storage here for planks. Just because we can, we'll hit the obtain button, hit this just to make sure that we are obtained. That will take half of a second for them to backfill. And that'll be glorious. It'll be amazing. And I love to see it. Okay. Another thing that I want to do. I can't do until this is done. That's going to be obnoxious. Okay. Gonna take a little bit of time. We'll hit that obtain button. Might as well prioritize it. There's no reason not to. Do need to give this a bump as well, priority wise. That way we're not working singular little hits at a time. That'll be fine. Let's give you guys a priority bump for haulers so that we're not waiting on all of that to move about the cabin. Now, that means that we have a few more things that have been selected for hauling priority, which is not conducive to maintaining an equal balance of priorities, because you know, one thing or everything's a priority, nothing's a priority, that type of deal. Okay, I don't like playing that game that puts us in a bad situation, and we don't have the beavers to kind of continue to explode our hauling capacity. We do, however, have the science and the capacity to unlock an advanced breeding pod, though. There we go. That'll push our beaver population up a fair bit. We don't need sparkly planks being produced right now. We don't have a place to store our sparkly juice. This is taking a back seat on everything because reasons. That hasn't been going. This is good. This is good. I do still need a way to push the add water or clean water into here. Can run it down and through. We can punch our way through. That's totally an option. Don't want to go that route necessarily, because again, we don't have the industry available to us to kind of work that level of a plan. But in theory, it shouldn't be that much. That's what. Let's pause the game real quick. Let's see how deep. That's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 16. So that'd be 16 dynamite, 16 pieces of extract, and then a metric poop ton of planks just for one row to punch through. And then it's feasible. It would take some time. Or we could just cut down and blast out with triple dynamite, which would save us a lot in the plank department. However, it would mar our beautiful landscape, and we don't like that. Okay, we don't want to play blast away all of the things, you know. We're gonna try and be environmentalists. Iron teeth here, right? That could be a thing. Maybe. Probably not. But things are moving, so this is nearing completion, sort of. Probably need to pause a couple of these, just so I don't cause a problem, because they're not really tackling this blockage yet. Okay? And that's not good. Maybe we give this a priority bump, just so that they get this taken care of. Probably tackling this from the wrong side. Let's go ahead and open that. And we'll let them work on that. Oh, we are out of water. We are out of water. Okay, let's rectify this. We need water yesterday. That's awful. Okay, where can we pause some buildings? Okay, you guys go. We need that. That doesn't take beavers. I also need to get more water moving. Okay, let's just go ahead and we'll keep tearing into our beaver population, or our hauling population. This is not good. I thought we had more water available to us, but apparently we did not. That's not good. It's fine. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Okay. We'll be okay. Everything's fine. We'll just pull back from some of the other positions. Get some more of these in here. There we go. There we go. Now the water's moving in the positive direction. See, this is what I was concerned about. You know, this is what I was concerned about. Dumping water into all the things. But now we're a little bit closer in this grand scheme of things. And they are working their way to getting this done. This is nice and beautiful. Well, ish. Beautifuler. That's not a word, but we're going to go with it. We're going to go with it. There's not really a reason for us to turn that on. Just a waste of material, or yeah, waste of lumber. Probably should not have them working like this. Okay, you guys stop doing that. Get back on the other side of the... Nope. Stop it. Stop it. My guy. My dude. Stop it. Okay, you just don't want to listen to me. All right. There we go. No one's stuck there anymore. We can go ahead and just put this in, and that will be fine. Rip across there. We can put our path back in there. Clean up some of this pathway here, and then we can unpause these two. We can actually get back to work down there. That shouldn't be an issue, theoretically. Now, do you guys, you are all prioritized by haulers already. You guys are not. Theoretically, you guys shouldn't need to be prioritized by haulers because you have a huge storage, set of storages here, like right next to you. Absolutely zero requirement to be doing that. Did I leave this running the entire time? I have a feeling that I left that running the entire time. And why does this require water? Huh. Oh, So it's a proper steam engine now. Have I been... No. There's no way... Yeah. There's no way that has always consumed water. Am I losing my mind? Don't answer that. But am I losing my mind? I feel like I'm losing my mind here, guys. I'm pretty sure that didn't always require water. Okay. Well. Interesting. That is a minor concern. Why do we have hungry beavers? Water's looking in the positive, though. We're at 1.4K. So that is good. Probably need to get extract moving again, though, because this is consuming extract now. Compared to when it wasn't consuming extract. But I don't want to pull from our haulers right now because they are moving water about the cabin, which is always a good thing, you know? We gotta make sure that our beavers are nice and satiated? Hydrated. Moist. Keep your beavers moist. Alright? I hear they like that. Okay. Let's see here. They have not come over here. I know what they're doing. They're building this over here, aren't they? Okay, we have a drought now. So now we can press the test. This extracts water from an aquifer. Okay, so water was seeping out of this thing earlier. And this had not been turned on. This does require water. And there's not... Interesting. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, that's fine. I'm not too concerned about that. I am kind of concerned about that because that's another source of water going out. Okay, so these still don't consume any power. That's good. Yeah, this is a lot of water loss. Having all of this running right here. That is a huge potential water loss right there. And what is it per day? How much are we consuming per day for this? Because I'm curious to know. Inquiring minds would like to know this. Get another storage water for water up here and hit the obtain button on that. We'll get that built eventually. We're kind of hurting on gears. It's probably because they threw a lot of the gears into here. And yeah, this is such a slow production line for gears. The question is, did they build the... Well, they should have. They could not have built this without the power underneath because it... I don't know why I'm asking silly questions. All right, this is in the positive direction. We'll have storage available for water pulling for the duration of the bad time or the drought, or what little we can. They've got this in. We have a bunch of lumber there now, ready to rock and roll for our builders when it's time to change over to our summer jobs, if you will. Summer building jobs, where we're going to get into here. Yeah, I'm still shocked by this fact that this consumes water now. Have I just never noticed that it consumes water, or am I just that blind and I never actually thought about this fact? We are pulling the water out of here so fast. That is crazy. That is actually insane how fast the water is being pulled out. So downstream depth is 0.73, filling back up. So this really, the water seep doesn't fill up nearly as fast as I would like it to, but that's okay. We do have... I think we just had our first beaver pop up that was born directly from the advanced breeding pod, so that is cool. We'll let them continue to pump the rest of this out. Yeah, so these don't run during the drought at all. Like, there's no water that's running to the drought. Let's turn this on and see what that does. Okay. We'll come check that out here in a second. This is good now, so we don't have to be concerned about poo water going all over our beavers. That is amazing. They're crawling on top of that, so we'll just go ahead and just rip that out. I don't think I have enough in the way of builders to really be too concerned about that, but we'll turn off a few of those positions. They'll keep pumping that water out, and that'll be fine for our total storage here, which is good. They did not get any juice into there. I do need to prioritize these by haulers, though. That's going to cause an issue for us. All right. Yeah, this does not produce water during a drought at all. Did I get anything into here? No. How do I click this button? Am I losing my mind? Probably. Don't answer that again, guys. We don't need to keep pointing out that I've lost my mind multitude of times now. Okay. All right. Everything's all right. Sweet. We are in the middle of a drought now, so this is probably the best time to get down here and tackle all of that too. And this will take a few more hours hours or maybe a few more days to get this tackled. How are they crawling on top of there, actually? Honestly, how were they doing that? Because that hasn't been built yet. Can they walk across corners now? I don't think they should be able to do that. Weird. I'm not complaining. Like, something got done. No recipe selected. Can we make corn rations now? That would be amazing. Corn rations just requires corn logs, and then we get corn rations. So that is good, okay? That is really good. Now we need to start thinking about where we're going to store said corn rations. And also storing some more of our lumber, which is going to be an issue for us. Let's see here. That's fine. Just needed a little bit more lumber storage here, which is totally okay. Just connect that up. Go ahead and throw that in. Get that changed, and you'll be a supply depot, I guess. And then somehow... Well, we don't have sparkly plank production. Where did I... Oh, I burned 5 of them here. That's right. That is right. Let's see here. That's almost done. This is done, so you guys don't need to be there. Let's unpause you just because I want to test it again. All right. We're testing. This is testing phase. All right. Testing. No water. It doesn't do the water thing. That's an ancient version of one. This is running as well. In an aquifer. The aquifer drill. This is one that we built. No water. Okay. They don't work here during the drought. All right. Is it good for us to know? Are we going to do anything actionable with that intelligence? Probably not. Probably not. But it's good to know. All right. Go ahead and just, we'll go up this way, and then we'll come down on this side. And we'll come down on this side, like such as. Missed it by that much. We'll come down here, here. Pull that there, pull this here, come down all the way over here, and then play with some brambles, I suppose. So that means that we need to get in here, mark these resources for demolition. Now, we don't need that much torn out. We just need enough to allow us to build our levee system down in here, so we can store water back in here. That's all that really needs to be done there. And that also means that we're going to need to store lumber somewhere. Autosave, I swear you are going to be the death of my sanity. Okay. Go ahead and mark all this for chopping. We put in a industrial pile right there. We grab this. We grab that path right there. And we throw in 2 lumberjack flags. Okay, maybe more than 2. Or 2. Yeah, it's fine. Good enough. There we go. Our builders are already working their way downtown. They're already on this side. We have 4 beavers with nothing to do with their hands. Means we can put 2 into there, and then we can get some more explosives running and metal blocks. Sure. It'll be glorious. We have corn rations moving, so that is good. They've already built this, so that is also good. Let's go ahead and keep working our way up, actually. How do we go up from here? Can I go up from there? I don't think I can. No, I think that's... What does this look like? How does that save make any... I don't know if this actually saves us anything. Maybe. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I could be very wrong. I will accept that I am probably most likely wrong in my assumptions pertaining to the spiral staircase. Unlock it. Yeah, you can't put it on top of each other. Okay. Wait, how do they already get one? Okay, alright. You guys are ridiculous. Alright, you guys stay over there. Go play with your stuff on that side. I'm going to play the spiral staircases over here. Okay. 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 Sure. Sure. Okay. Awesome. So I can do that. That is good. That saves us a lot of real estate. Now the question is, how do we branch out from this? Because you have to... Let me look at it again. Right? Like I can't just... I could. That's going to expand the overall footprint. That's what I would like to see it do, is save us some of our footprint, but alas, it does not. You are supposed to be logs. And now I have a bunch of beavers with nothing to do with their... or that are overtasked. Oops. Right, that's because 3 more beavers just went over here. We're about to have a bunch of beavers get injured. Like, very injured. Like, super injured. Holy Toledo. Okay, let's get some more medical beds in, because apparently they were 100% correct. The brambles are going to eat our beavers alive. So let's get that rectified. We'll give this a priority bump. By that I mean maxed out the priority there. Also, where are my gears going? Am I building something with gears again? I'm not using anything to burn the gears. There's nothing that eats gears right now. At all. Nothing eats gears. Yet I'm out of them again. That took 15 there. Okay, sure. A few went into the large tank. Okay. That is acceptable, I suppose. We're going to burn some more of our beavers getting injured on this, though. Can you guys stop injuring yourselves? That'd be great. Because now we're at 10 injuries. That is insane. And we still have so much more to freaking tear into. That is insane. And how bad is the injury? Does it give us like a timeline? No, but it's a lot. Like they're like super injured. They're not going to be working for a minute. Yeah, that is eating through our our beaver population like no one's business. That is crazy. Okay, that one just got thirsty. That's totally acceptable. That one just got injured, so that's not acceptable. That is insane how much that just eats through our beavers. That is crazy. That one just got hurt. Okay, I just want to click on the beaver. They're probably not there. It's saying there's a beaver in there, but I don't think there is one in there. Oh, now it lets me click on it. Yeah, wish it gave us a little timeline there. Let us know how long it's going to take, or actually take. All right. That is the end of that. That is good. Now all of our poo water on this end should go that way. That's going to be good. All of the poo water. That is not good. We need to get this done now. Like now. Let's go ahead and give this a minor bump. Need that done. Like now. Build that. Okay, that's good. And that one's already in too. Sweet. Let's get this last levee in. And then we're going to fill that in like that. And then we'll fill that in as well. Then we'll go ahead and put some platforms in like such as. And then there'll be a nice storage area for clean water. And we do need to unpause this so we can get some of that water moving. And I also want to actually start pulling that water out as well. But I don't have... Oh, no. Guys! Guys, no! And there it is. Yep. Get out of the poo water, guys. Come on. Go home. Get out of there. Stop it. Stop it. We're just... get out. Get out. Get out. Get out, guys. Stop. That is so many beavers that are going to be sick now. So many beavers that are going to be sick. And that is a good quarter of the beaver population. Glorious. All right, let's go ahead and get that fixed, shall we? Decontamination pods for all of my friends. Do I have the materials to do this? Not really, but we're going to have to do it anyway. We need to get this built now. Don't really even have the power to run these because these all take like 50 power a piece. 100 power. 100. 10. At least they're not injured anymore. Yep, we need to get those guys in there. We need the water. We need the water before all of our beavers get sick. Yeah, like you have a few days left to go before that becomes a problem for us. You're bored, so you can go do not boring things elsewhere because there's not really a place to store any of those corn rations. They are consuming it, so that's good. Yeah. Yep. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Get a few more of these up and running. We're going to plus up our work time. I don't know how long I've got for those beavers that are currently sick to do productive things with their lives. That's 2. I could have sworn we would have been able to get this filled in fast enough, but apparently I was mistaken. Boo! Boo on me. Yeah, that'll all eventually work its way out, hopefully soonish. We need bad water again. We're out of that. We need that going so we can get extract running. I don't have a place to get bad water from. Well, I do. I have plenty of places to get bad water from, like this up here. That's a great place to get bad water. Okay. Gonna save some of our other positions to get water moving a little bit faster. Again, we have hungry and thirsty beavers. I don't know why we have hungry beavers. We've got plenty of food. Corn rations, meh. We've got plenty of fermented soybeans and fermented cassavas. That should not be a problem. Okay, maybe not plenty of fermented cassavas. We have enough fermented cassavas. We need to expand our industry. Our industrial capacity is lacking, sorely lacking. That's fine. It's something for us to tackle next time. We've got power here, water down there. I want to get into a position we can start consolidating all these geothermal vents. That's 2 thus far that I have seen that we can get into. That'll be another 800 units of power. 4 buildings that lack workers. So that's a hauling post, the gatherer flag, a fermenter, and that fluid dump. Joy. You have notification of our drought upcoming. So that is good to know. Not really. That's not good to know at all. Get 1 hauler in so we can keep our beaver population moving. We need haulers to keep these moving as well. Otherwise, they're just gonna sit there and not be used. Get 2 haulers in. Sure, we've got 3,000 units of water available to us. Hopefully that's enough to run everything. Now the only thing that should be lacking workers is the lacks material. Okay, that's fine. You're paused. Yeah, we don't have... I need to get bad water going. So... Huh. Where do I get bad water from? Over here, maybe? Yeah. Let me grab this. Let's pause the game so we're not racing time here. Get up there, and we'll just go ahead and put a couple of dams there. I pulled this down. I have not, but I kind of want that not pulled down right now, actually. All right, you guys come over here, get this done. We need to get into here for that bad water so we can keep our extract moving. And explosives and so on and so forth. But that's for us to deal with next time. We solved the water problem here. We ran into another problem, but we made this mess and made it another mess and then caused more problems for ourselves. We got something accomplished today. I'd say that we're moving in a positive direction. It's just trying to make it a better positive direction. And I think we answered the question or answered the mail on all of this. And I think next time we're going to spend some time producing more industry and getting that up and running. But first we have to fix our contaminated beavers and get our population moving in the positive direction again. Because right now we're kind of, well, we made it harder for ourselves unnecessarily. Anyway, I digress. If you guys like this video, if you would be so kind, just hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button as well. I'd appreciate that. It's easy, it's free, and it gets us one step closer to that mythical 1,000. I would appreciate that a lot, and any help that you can give in that regard. Anyway, We'll catch y'all in the next episode of I don't know what to do with my hands, and hopefully not getting 14 beavers sick in the future. All right, guys. Stay safe out there. Stay thirsty. Stay hydrated. Keep your beavers nice and moist as well. I'm out. See ya!